is what you look like, by the way. You're not really in the shot.
Good evening and happy Monday. I'm Victoria Rivadeneira, president of the Northeast Division for Exit Realty Corp International, and I also hold a New York State real estate license, and I have held that for the past 25 years. I'm a member of the National Association of Realtors, as well as many other associations, and I am here once again this Monday with my co-host, Scott Forcino, in the WFAS studio. How are you today, Scott?
I'm great. I'm looking forward to the show.
Yes? So what's today?
Today is this is a good bad situation. It's the first day of winter tonight, I think 11:48 p.m. That's the bad news. Who doesn't hate winter coming?
I don't.
But Tim doesn't. I do, because it's cold temperatures and you don't do any of your fun summer stuff. But the good news is tomorrow starts one more minute of daylight per day.
So today was the shortest day of daylight.
Right, well, shortest, yeah, I know it's really the same. They're all 24 hours.
I didn't say the shortest day. I said the shortest day of daylight.
Right. The longest night of the year.
Longest night of the year is tonight.
Longest night of the year.
So it depends where you wear. There could be a long or a short night. Right, Scott, the engineer?
Yes.
Right, thank.
But I can tell you this, the weather is very warm for the first day of winter.
The weather's not frightful. In New York State, this area where we live, it's going to be almost 70 on Christmas Eve.
That's what I
You
heard.
will not have a white, you'll have a green Christmas.
I believe we have broken some records.
Oh, absolutely. So I read New England today, they've broken all their... Last year, after the horrific winter, now it's this gorgeous warm. I think it gives those who are in favor of global warming some support.
Well, I'm loving it because I love the warm weather. They said that the first 15 days of this month were the warmest the warmest period of time for a month, and that since we have the next week, they're predicting 60 plus degrees. You said 70 degrees. Mm-hmm. If that should happen, they're saying that this will be the warmest December in history in New York.
I spoke to a guy who does home heating oil.
He's not a happy camper.
He said there's nothing going on. People aren't driving. I'm happy to not turn the heat on.
Yeah.
But my wife at home still fights for that few digits more that we go back and forth on every night.
Not me. I actually just came back from Florida thinking I was going to escape the cold weather here when I made these plans. But it was just as warm there. It was wonderful. It was warmer. We had a 80-something degree weather down there, which is unseasonably warm for there as well.
Sure.
So it was wonderful. We went to the beach.
I think it's La Nina, as we say.
Yes.
The condition.
Yeah. So I was down in Florida for a concert, and I brought my daughter and her friend, and it's very interesting to see how kids relate in today's society. They don't communicate with each other. Everything is texting. Everything is their phone. They wake up in the morning, the first thing they do is they look at their phone. So you don't have that problem.
Not yet, but I don't think much of what's going on. I think they're going to have problems socializing and dealing with adversity if they're doing this now.
I think they already do. 24% of teens admit to going online almost constantly, most likely because they have smartphones, I would think.
Yeah, access 24/7, sure.
Yep. 88% of teens ages 13 to 17 say that they have a cell phone, and 90% say that they would rather text than talk. That's exactly what I was watching with my daughter and her friends.
But what if they're face-to-face?
They were just texting. Well, they were talking among each other, but they were watching TV and texting their friends back at home. We went to a concert. They were putting videos up. I have to say I was doing the same thing. But they were putting videos up on social media and then texting their friends while they're preoccupied. They're never really present where they're present.
Did you see that thing? I mean, this is sports, so you may not have missed it.
You never miss an opportunity, Scott.
There was... there are about 8, 9, or 9 or 10 young ladies at a baseball game, and you saw this, right? Yeah. But it was a little bit half the truth, where they were completely criticized because they're at a ball game, and everyone was on phones at some point. So, of course, everyone jumped on that and said, look at these kids today, they're not present. However, it was really part of a contest. So I think either someone purposely or I don't know if it was inadvertently, took it out of context to kind of knock America's now youth at a ball game. So first it was a negative reflection, and then it was some kind of justification offered.
But it's not just the youth that are doing this. The fastest growing group of the new users that are on Twitter, you know what the age group is?
Nope.
65 and up.
Yeah, 55 to 64. That's right. See, Tim knows.
Well, would you call those people laggards because it's been around for how many years now? 5, 6 years?
Well, I think it takes time for the older generation to understand it and see the value of it and figure out how to actually use it.
Okay.
I mean, I still have trouble with Twitter.
There's a learning curve.
And I'm a Facebooker. 45% of users for any type of social media say that they feel worried or anxious when email or Facebook is inaccessible. They're actually having anxiety attacks over that. Do you believe that?
Absolutely, sure. I think there was a study done where they rather have their phone or presents at Christmas, and they want to keep their phone.
They want to keep their phone.
Listen, I mean, we're bad to talk because I remember growing up, we had the best thing that ever happened was the long cord, because you could then walk about 15, 18 feet away, and your mom wouldn't hear you trying to talk to someone else's mom to ask for their daughter where they are, if they can come to the phone. That was a big invention.
I remember that. I had that long cord, and I used to drag it all the way into the bathroom and shut the door because I would think that everyone on the other side of the door couldn't hear me, but they could obviously hear me anyway.
It's fun.
Yeah. The kids have no
idea.
idea.
10 brothers and sisters?
There was 7 brothers, 3 sisters, and we had the the vestibule of where you walk in and out of the house, and we would take that, which was like 12 feet long, stretch it into that, so it was like a telephone booth. But if someone walked through the house, you'd be like, oh, hold on, and then they'd walk through, and then you'd continue your conversation. But you'd be in there like it was a telephone booth.
Yeah.
Until cordless came out with, and it changed.
Things sure have changed, yes. So 73% of people said that they would panic if they lost their smartphone. I would panic. I have to say, I am part of this.
Yeah, well, you're a bit over the top, but not everyone.
Thank you, Scott.
I mean, you're at the higher end of your.
Go ahead, try to back out of that one.
You're at the higher end of your age group, which is what, the 30s. So.
Yeah, very good, Scott. Good save.
He did back himself out.
Yeah, very good save. All right, moving on. Let's get off this topic. So I was down in Florida, and I recorded some more video because I don't have enough videos.
This is, as our friend Bill Loveland said, this is finally going to be the year of the video.
I would hope so.
He actually said that.
Yeah, 2 and 3 years ago.
Yeah,
he keeps saying
I filmed that. Yeah.
He keeps saying. That's why I said it. I didn't remember if you remembered. He keeps saying it, but we're going to find out from Tim Y. In the next part of our conversation.
Yeah, well, video definitely is where it's at. They say that video increases people's understanding of the product or of your service by 74%, and yet people are not using video. That's baffling to me. Why do you think that is, Scott?
Well, people are not professional videographers. They can take pictures and upload them to social media sites, but they are maybe thinking it's one more step that they are not ready to make. Maybe some people think they have a face for radio and don't want to be seen with more chins than the Beijing phone book. I don't know.
So how do you feel about it? Because I don't see very many videos that you have recorded.
We have
So is that because you have a face for radio?
I hope not.
Yeah, I had to get him at some point, right?
No, we have Tim posts some videos from our monthly real estate meetings. So,
yeah, but Tim is taking those videos and he's posting them. Are you doing video yourself?
I have not. No.
Why?
Because I guess it's easier to take a picture and snap, and it's of something else other than yourself.
Let me retell you what I just said. Video increases people's understanding of your product or your service by 74%. And yet, people are not doing video.
I think there's a few extra steps that people are unaccustomed to.
Okay. I'll go with that. So, in addition to video, video that's recorded that people are putting out, what we do here on our show is we live video stream.
I am very well aware.
Yes, I know that.
And we're going to hear how...
And then everyone gets to see you standing instead of sitting.
I have to
here
stand
in the
and
studio.
think. I think on my feet.
So today we have Tim Judge, who's our videographer and CEO of HomeSearchTV.com. And Tim, tell us about yourself, because I want you to really give us some information on why we're doing live streaming video and the benefits of it and the benefits to the consumer.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Always a pleasure to be here every week. Filming you guys, I always learn something while I'm here. But yes, I am the founder of HomeSearchTV.com. We have over 10,000 videos on there, real estate videos, real estate themes, and scopes. Like we're scoping on Periscope and we're live on Meerkat. So these people are watching us live, as well as now we're doing this on the terrestrial radio. But Home Search TV was born at the Inman Conference in 2006 when Brad Inman said, in the future, everyone's website is going to be more like a TV station. And so I was sitting there, a new broker. I've been licensed for 25 years, but back then I was going to every conference and class and trying to get as educated as possible. When he said that, I said, we'll think as big as you can. And I bought the domain HomeSearchTV.com so that I used it personally for a long time, and now that I'm starting to collaborate with other realtors to bring in their videos and just offer a product where we can watch all real estate videos, make it like a channel, similar to the way a cable TV has, your sports channels, your news channels, Bravo and all the ladies channels, or Spike TV would have the guy shows. So this would be the real estate shows, the real estate channel, pulling all those people in to have their own channel and their own space to watch video. Because as you said, I think it's a Realtor.com study that it says 79% of buyers want to watch a video on the home that they're looking to purchase, and only 12% of realtors are using video.
That's baffling to me.
It doesn't make any sense that, well, if a realtor wants to differentiate themselves and bring themselves ahead of the pack, there's a huge gap right there where they can own a good portion of the market as saying, I'm a guy who's producing video and who is connecting with people that want to watch video, and I'm one of the very few realtors out there who is producing video for my listings and the market, and you can do market updates, you can do walkthroughs, and with the streaming apps that we're going to talk about now, it couldn't be easier to do. So.
Right, and it's so much better. It provides so much more exposure for the seller, for the home, and most people are looking online first, and they want to see really good quality photos, but they do want to see video. They want to do the walkthrough through the house.
Yeah.
So Tim, if I was Bobby Buyer and Victoria was Sally Seller, what would be the benefit of it? It means if I would have my realtor, I guess, preview properties, let me see the video so I don't have to go in if I really hate the layout and even the location. I mean, what could a realtor do? What should buyer be?
Are you saying that your expectation of your realtor is to go in and video for you?
I'm wondering. Yeah. No. Video.
I don't think you need to do that, because if the listing agent is putting video up of the house, you could go right online and look at the video.
I agree.
Yes.
And if that's something on you, Susie, seller, would ask your listing agent to do, but if your listing agent is somehow derelict in those newer duties, I still want to see the house. Realtors preview properties, so why couldn't they go there and quote-unquote scope it out, let them know where the kitchen and the dinette and where the green shag carpet is and the paneling and maybe the location and the high tension wires.
What houses do you look at? Green shag rugs and paneling?
And
really?
he gets there in his Buick.
That's right. In his realtor's Buick.
But why? I mean, look, realtors, why couldn't possibly that be one of their duties? One of their next offerings is to preview live Periscope and give us some ideas about that.
Well, absolutely. Well, the premise of Home Search TV is that it's not only current videos of listings. So if there's past listings on there, if you've ever done a video of any house, I like the fact of that you can use it as like an Ancestry.com type situation where you look at a house where it was listed in 2006 and the bathrooms and kitchens were in one condition, and you might see that, and then the person lists it again and it's much more money, and that person, that realtor lists it again and they've redone the kitchens and bathrooms. You know now why they're asking for $100,000 more or whatever it is.
Okay, so kind of a justification. So I would think more that's from the seller side, because they want to say this is the before, this is the after.
Right. I actually want to have everyone hold that thought, because we're going to need to go to break. If you are listening to the show and you would like to join in on the discussion here today, we are talking about video. We're also talking about live streaming video. and you can reach us here at 914-693-5700.
Have you ever been?
Have you ever been?
Let me check that out.
We have George